пастиря.
Curanți, vedeți fotografia fiecărui participant și expozant.
I burned out like a wandering ember. I shone bright, then my journey was over. What I sought when I ran was back where I began. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Leave open the gate, don't turn off the light, I'm coming home. Well, I scratched in the dirt for a while. I gained all that I knew for a price. In the end, what I found was nowhere near as nice. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Leave open the gate, don't turn off the light, I'm coming home. Though I fought with my claws and teeth, though I elbowed my way to a seat, there be no kind of peace like you beside me. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Leave open the gate, don't turn off the light, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Nothing's as it seems in the photo. Nothing is as sweet going solo. Nowhere I can ramble or roam could change my mind, could slow my coming home. No matter the rain, no matter the storm, I'm coming home.
Наталія Лялова, конкурс вокал, Басарабяна Олімпіка.
Scrolling on my phone, my kids caught, lying to myself. I'm greener grass, dream another life, one that's not so hard. I can get lost down that dangerous road. I am not dead. I do not know what they're really going through. There's a lot that I assume. Freedom I get from the work that I do. Thoughts that I choose. Feelings I soothe. Finding the mingle of ease. Loving what is. Wouldn't it be great if I settled in to love my life? What I have, a foundation strong.